Opening hand talent, keep. Pierce for Fotsies, keep. I'll take 2 damage. Not worried. No companion. Light step, pathway. Pierce. Oh, well, I'll need to draw a spell at some point, but probably will. What if I level up the talent now? Seems fine to do. Eidetic. This costs 1 mana now. Let's start opting. This doesn't draw cards, so not sure about whether I want to keep my Brazil or not. I think I do, it costs 1 mana. So not even returning the Phoenix, but we'll find Cruise in no time. I have Borrower for Joldred. Duress, good, really good, really nice. Is it Mutavade active action? No, just lead on Duress. See a creature, cast Fotsies. Marvelously played, villain. Impressive move. O, ja cię dupię. No dobra. Non-creature chat, off the top. How hard could it be in a Phoenix deck? Not very hard. This goes to my graveyard, it reanimates itself for free. Impulse, discard, discard. Sleight of Hand. Is Prankster good? Seems good to keep. Cast Demilich. Put however many counters I would on it. And return 3 Phoenixes, therefore winning. Wow, what a powerful deck, agreed. Let's bring in Abrade, third path Iconoclast, Brazen Borrower, Annuls perhaps. I've been doing that, not entirely sure. Proft's Idiotic Memory. Back on board. Holy shit, that's some heavy sideboarding. And maybe the silly Narset. Narset would require me to, like, I want to see how Narset vibes, so I guess I'll just be at 61. No, 60. Second Impulse wouldn't be too bad. Casting an Impulse on the Slasher is for the most part, good enough to stop it. And sometimes taking damage from it is not ideal. No, that's easy. Co tam wyjebane mam w ciebie? Picklock. Let's opt first in case of go blank. Abrade. Zajebały żule mi od konewki. Wąs, 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 wąs. Blood Letter of Alcatraz. Play the expensive one. Literally Black Splinter Twin. Literally, 5 cards in my graveyard. Demilich. Unholy Onyx. I take 8 damage now. That's crazy. No, I don't. This doesn't attack. Why? Maybe they don't know my creature doesn't fly. Bones, 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 bones. Could play a pre-combat Treasure Cruise. Which puts 3 counters on my Demilich. I don't think I like that. I'll cast and consider. Good cast a Phoenix. I think I'll borrow the Blood Letter now. More Blood Letter. Bounce this one. Probably impulse the Slasher now to have an extra card in my graveyard. I guess Lightning Axe is probably good to keep against the Blood Letter deck. Yeah, it would be. Wow, ale hity. If it comes to game 3, I'll have my axes ready. And I guess they play red in their deck too, as well. Demon. No, Invoke Despair, bro. It's not kind. Okay, let's die. Pretty bad draws, but also didn't see much unknowable from villain. So I kind of draw bad interaction for what they played. Now it's gonna be perfect. Also, I didn't draw talent, I guess, and that's just it. If I drew talent, I would cobble together a victory. 2 Stormcarved Coasts. Sign me up. No shredders, I cut all of them because they were not particularly impressive. Narset proven to be giga great. I think in those spots I just play out Iconoclast, like they duress, they did not Thoughtseize, so they couldn't have taken it. There is a chance it lives, and if it lives, it's gonna be great. Holdred's Edict, what a card. Most often it dies though. But if I pass, they can play. Well, if I have a Abrade, they can't play anything with impunity. In fact, they can only play with punity. Straw talent. Or cruise. Bacon, bacon, bacon bolt. Thoughtseize chose not to use their hand is perfect. They literally have it all. They literally have everything they need in their hand. Takes my consider. Other Fable or this would be kinda rough. I need to draw something like a talent. Profts. Okay. Okay. This could get me somewhere. Test. Good. I don't know what really changed, but okay. So I take 4. And now I will opt. Discard Island. Opt. Bottom. Artist's talent. Annul. Alright, talent again. Discard Canal. Guess that's death. This felt really unfortunate, but also interesting. I think I got pretty unlucky to lose the match, but also probably could have structured the deck slightly differently in game 2, especially. Like game 3, I think I just flooded. But game 2, I could have had better removal. Stormcarved Coast moment, but I'll keep this. They do have to play with foundations. Whoa, that's negative framing. They get to have fun with new cards. Well, goodbye Dove. The untimely malfunction is already seeing play in modern sideboards. Or at least I've seen it in one Boros Energy sideboard. I don't understand why, but I guess making 2 creatures unable to block is pretty juicy in the format. 3 copies in the sideboard, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. The list was crazy though. No Shredder. Well, I don't have Shredder either. TBF. Neither did Shota. I don't remember if Shota plays well with his Phoenix deck, but I just remember seeing it and thinking, yeah, Shota Yasuoka, a good player. I think the Singapore guy list had Crackling Drake main deck. I guess they should discard Phoenix. I don't think so. Leaning more into the deck as a combo deck. But that person had a Crackling Drake. 2 main Crackling Drakes. That's not a combo card. Combined with Trespass, which they're listed in half. They really need to make a free damage magma spray now. That unstoppable slasher exists. Yeah, we won. No, not Torso Tower, like exile an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. Giga bargain or spell bargain. That would be the mechanic. Is it bad if you don't have Shredder in the mirror but Villain does? Probably not great. Probably would prefer if Villain hadn't. If Villain had no Shredder, but I think building your deck for the mirror is literally always incorrect. So I'll just never do that. Also, it's probably fine, yeah. That costs 1 mana, holy shit, that's true. I will keep Cruise. This. Oh, I could have discarded so many cards by now. I probably would have found a an extra one, so. Yeah. This slasher has been stopped at least twice now. So true. Very stoppable slasher. Can draw Phoenix, so. Or Demilich, I guess. No Demilich, that's so unlucky. I guess it hasn't been stopped, yeah. Eventually it's going to be unstoppable. 4 mana. The end? Holy guacamole. It's over, that's the end. Bot dead? It's not. Want to draw Proft, so I will not Picklock at first. Demilich found. Hello Zenovan. Has anyone played a Narset against me? Not yet. Sounds like a plan. Maybe a milled Profts. No. So I guess I draw it always right now. Don't I? Yep. How big will the Phoenix be, chat? Place your bets. 20. 6 instant and sorceries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spells cast. 14. 20 something, yeah. 24, 23. Opponent's hand. Push, push, push. Bloodletter. Go for the throat, go for the throat. Why wouldn't you just kill me then? Oh, because the monster was tapped the entire time. Okay, let's not play non-axe removal then. I'm not sure if the Iconoclast is better than Sleight of Hand, honestly. If they play Invoke Despair in the end, and Spell Pierce honestly looking better. If they play few creatures, we also want the Narset. Like the list with Invoke Despair, they typically don't play Archfiend of whatnot. I think Beacon Bolt is a bit unplayable. I need to think about it. say the end deck as a place to cut one Phoenix. It's got the Pierce, it's too bad. GLHF for your games. Check on me for the power. Love you. 14-day timeout. Yo, how is it going? Is the Black Demon combo deck OP or no? The combo is not OP, for sure. I think Alcatraz, Bloodletter of Alcatraz hasn't been looking better than a Shouldered would have against me most of the time. Easier to ignore in some spots, and seems worse against Phoenix than both Archfiend and Shouldered. It's not as unplayable as I thought at first. It has its merits. Annul for what? It counters Hearse, Bankbuster, the Demon Room. 2 Annuls is probably too much, because it misses a good amount. Against the red versions it also counters Fable, which is convenient, I guess. Villain's deck is not red, of course, so it doesn't really matter in the matchup. Dumping Sphere. Holy shit, this is really whatever. I guess it does stop Demilich from doing most of the things it could do. But I'm fairly unafraid of Dumping Sphere. Hearse. Sure. Don't really want to Prankster, but can find Abrade. Under Prankster. To find the Abrade or just cruise through. Rare moment where I prefer to delay the talent. Oi. Turn of auto yields. I have to cast an opt on my turn, of course. Almost forgot. Land is good. Whew, thank you for the priority pass. Is it the room? Dumping Sphere against Phoenix is so funny. Is it? It's sort of funny, I guess. Can play a 4-mana Demilich. I can cast a 2-mana Cruise. And I go to 10 cards. That seems not great. I can pass and Brazil both artifacts. And then my graveyard's gonna be 2 cards. And there's a bit of an issue there, Dumping Sphere. Playing the Demilich seems weak. Maybe I can play Talent and then bounce one thing. The Hearse. That Sphere. Because I don't want to double bounce necessarily. And it's I just get more loots if I do it this way. I can bounce on my own turn. If villain does something really passive, I could just untap and level up my artist talent. Which is somewhat powerful in this spot. Demolition Field. Okay. Unstoppable Slasher. Okay. It's not so passive that I don't want to do anything. Is Unstoppable Slasher some movie character? Just like an archetype of a killer that, I don't know, it follows you and then you like try to hurt it, but it just gets stunned. And it just pulls out a knife out of its chest or a stake out of its eye and just follows you still. And you can't do anything. I think that's the... Yeah, the video of the spoon, that's literally it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holy shit, this villain holding up a cling to dust to ruin all my plans. The plan being to resolve a treasure cruise. Need a spell. Ay ay ay. That's a huge problem. A spell short, a card in a graveyard short. Maybe leveling up and holding the Brazils would have been a smarter move. Don't you want to play the Lich? The Lich for 2 mana? Oh, maybe. Because, like, I guess the argument is that I'm dying to the Giga combo now. Fair. We lost all our life twice. This appears really bad. Not necessarily. I think Villain's deck has kind of a lot of removal and the Iconoclast doesn't. Well, I don't know. Random sideboarding, let's go. Pierce can be easily bad. Can easily not line up or just go dead. Brotherhood's End can be mid too. Yeah, but Villain brought Dumping Sphere on top of hers, so there is a chance they'll have two in play. I tend not to bring Brotherhood's End in general. Prefer Abrades. I keep Demilich, maybe not the greatest in this hand. Villain Mulgas to 5, so I'll easily win now. Step Records TV, no. Kurwa reklamy w tworach muzycznych na finish. Fine. I'll play Stormcarved Coast. Notably, no the Chivalry, which would have dealt me 0 damage for now, but maybe some damage in the future. Villain just passing. A level. Hairs. Seems not the worst to play Demilich as a 4/3. Artisan's talent is an artist's talent. Much different. Proft doesn't make Demilich cheaper. Casting a Consider seems not greatly useful with the hairs in play. I'd rather just have a guaranteed cantrip in hand and a Phoenix too alongside, so that next turn I can strain the hairs more. While also playing Profts, which will put counters on the Demilich, and then they can't hairs both at the same time. The Phoenix and the Demilich card. And villain can't push. And most of their plays seem weak now. Playing a monster. Sounds rough. Black. 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 Onyx. Okay. Activate Mutavault. Sure. Hello, New Jack 93. Maybe I will discard Cruise. Then I'll just have a Phoenix and Profts on this. So I'll Borrower this. Discard Cruise, they exile Cruise. Cuba's hairs, can you not cruise this turn? Can I? 1, 2, 3. 4. 5, 6. Need 7. I think I'll cruise if I... Like, I'll get the Phoenix and the counters, and I cruise if I draw another cruise. Free Prankster build, XTD. Are you laughing at my bravery to cut a card that's 2 mana draw a card from my deck, or are you implying that it's so unbelievably stupid to not run a 2 mana draw a card times 4 exactly in your deck? Would you run 5 if you could? No, yes, don't know. Probably don't know. Notice how villains, not villains, people in general sometimes will be like, yeah, you absolutely have to play this shitty card. But then you ask them, well, would you, like, you need to play 4 of them. But would they play more? And then they actually don't know. I think Annul is not cruise. Will not be holding it up this turn anyways. That's the plan, is to Demilich. But if I hit a cruise, I'll probably rather cast a cruise and get the counters immediately, so it's free the Fae. Let's get the axe now. That said, I'm playing 3 Picklocks mainly to fit my Demilich, and I'll probably be cutting the second Demilich. Maybe I'll be cutting the first one, but probably not. I think it's been nice enough to warrant its presence in the deck. Narset, on the other hand, I think is not what I want to do against those demons deck. But I'll keep her now. Oh, Narset. Still might want to play Narset, just not board her against those decks. Seems powerful at stopping artists' talent and the Phoenix deck in general. Extinction event, that would be rough, but I think I would manage. But there's a good chance my opponent is tapping their mana to cast just that. There's also a chance they are playing a Bloodletter of Alcatraz, the most powerful card. How much would Picklock Prankster be worse if we couldn't grab fairy cards? Much worse. Significantly worse. Dobra, nie będę kurwa Narset zagrywał. Chuję mam. No, to se zagram.
He's a phenomenal control player.
Nice.
Nice indeed. Playing around push. Well, playing around push happens naturally here when I just play my cards. Even drew an Annul. Kanister wins the match. Oh, minus 5 minutes. Stormcarved Coast. Well, it seems hard to mulligan this, but it's not a great hand. I think I lead on the coast. Would Chivalry be better? Not if it costs me even a single point of damage. I could not take that. Seems like the mirror. I've become. What I've done. I cast Opt. I like that those Opts are facing in the opposite directions. I cast Opt. I wish my Demilich would be a 4th Picklock Prankster right now. I resolve free the Fae. I cannot let it get spell pierced. Okay, bro. I understand that it's very important for you. This is not a talent. Let's draw towards a talent. This is a talent. Sad to have spent an extra turn on it. Should have just ditched the fast, consider. Do I feel sad about Pioneer? Like the fact that there's no Pioneer RCQs? Not really. I've seen that people do. But I guess if you think that RCQs is all there is, and if there is no RCQs, a format is dead, then it's actually pretty sad for the format. But when I read the announcement that it was modern standard, I shrugged and I had no emotional response whatsoever. Do I think Monomorphos should be added to the Pioneer card pool? Well, would you even play Monomorphos in Phoenix? I don't know. It's okay, Pioneer remains a permanent Mox format. Yeah, through that lens, I kinda didn't care. Bro just draws up to 9 and discards 2 cards. Probably 2 Phoenixes though, yep. That's shock for so-called lulz. The Fae has been fred. 3 Phoenixes, bro, stop. Choose a spell pierce now, bro, stop. Oh, passing, bro. Start doing things. How good is it to level up the talent? Seems really bad. Just so you're your co-pilot. I don't know what that would mean. Yorion is my co-pilot. Cope a lot, maybe. Right, my next turn is gonna be good. But this one, I don't want to click cards. Oh no. Picklock Prankster. Man, that's too much. Let's keep one lich in hand. Is it plausible for me to discard Cruise? I think so. Fire Impulse seems like a good card to cast. How do you like Profts in the mirror? I found it increasingly slow now with talent. I can understand your position. It is fully understandable to me that you think that, and I kinda understand you, yeah. Kind of is. It's like, with Profts I have plenty of trouble spending... Wow, Axe my Phoenix, that's so weak. I have lots of trouble spending those 2 mana on a non-instant, non-sorcery spell cantrip. It's challenging at times. Well, Torture Tower is Graveyard Hate, isn't it? There's also Brazen Borrower, which can bounce the big monsters, which sounds important too. Sleight of Hand non with Proft. I agree fully with you. Opponent looks giga dead now. I have drawn the Cruise. Maybe I should have used the Axe to have a cheaper effect. Like, the first Proft is for sure valuable. Question is the second one in the sideboard actually meaningful, or am I just boarding it in? Because I'm used to boarding it in. And the answer is, who the heck knows, bro? Annul. I think Annul is too bad to board in when Shredder exists. Also, Torture Tower is not super great. Neither is Brazil. I need removal though if I want to save my Narset, so. Shock. Great card. Two shocks. Bro, you brought them in yourself. Yeah, I did. We're doing soft testing. It's not as good as hard testing, but works better with your lifestyle. Understandable. I'll pierce the free defay. Seems like I'm in a bit of a strained position to just let my opponent do stuff. Because they can resolve a talent. Or profit. Profit is fine. Treasure goes. Brazil. And that's a big shredder already. Free defay is so insane in this deck, is it? Sort of. Ledger Shredder is so insane in this deck, though. That for real. I think Ledger Shredder is only okay in this deck. Your body. Looks giga okay to me. What about Spellster and Pioneer? Sounds giga okay to me. Very weird when a deck only has one card that removal is good versus fair. Playing a deck that's good versus Phoenix or Mono Black will go a long way. Yeah, so Phoenix. Whoa, axe your own Phoenix. That's fine. The Winky metagaming is a scam. It's gonna lead you nowhere. Is Magic Online free or do I need to buy cards? It's not free. You need to buy or rent or acquire cards. I'm sort of behind, but Demilich is gonna re-equalize the game. So, like, you will play a deck that's good versus Phoenix or Mono Black, right? So, like, let's assume that you will get that deck that's good against Mono Black, and then you'll end up playing as Mono Black twice in your tournament because it's gonna be 15% of the metagame, which is 1/8. So you play against it twice reasonably. No, Demilich nie pierwszy raz już dzisiaj wyskakuje. Generalnie różnie, ale czasami jest dobry. Then you get smacked by red black prowess 3 times. Yeah, or like just play like all against all kinds of stuff. I think I'm gonna lose this game. Well, I mean during the tournaments, if tournament has in 9 rounds, you'll play against it once reasonably. It's very reasonable so that you only play against it once. In an entire tournament that's 15 rounds or 16, then okay, we got destroyed. So I guess Ledger Shredder into Profts. Let my opponent achieve victory. Should try to beat the top decks more than farm the mid decks if your deck is powerful. No, I should just play like you deck with it. So like, I guess if you go a level higher, like what you want is to get a best win rate possible. This kind of sucks, but I can deploy Profts on 2. I don't know, like, should I Morgan this? 2 Profts, that's tragic. Why is Shredder dropping in priority so much? Artist talent, mostly better. Easy keep, you say? I'll lose if my opponent plays a talent. I can fail to find a second land. I have Shredder cover to the dispute. Oh, I cast Free the Fate. This is always kind of pathetic when people do that. You're like, yeah, do you think I care about your stupid 2-mana draw card? Bro, get a life. I'm not here to counter your shittiest spells. I'm actually trying to win. Punished. I punished. Actually played land there to Precoma, that was bad. Double Hall of Storm Giants. I currently play no Hall because I found it too bad. Seems like talent made Free the Fae less impactful relatively. I agree. I think I just cycle the other Proft and play land. I kind of want to set up. I don't want to play this into... I think my hand needs a bit unclogging and this kind of will unclog it. Villain had talent. You like Fae, consider pass. This is my opponent's Fae, it's not mine. If I could play my opponent's Fae, Picklock Prankster, then I'll be kind of funny. I would prefer to play the Prankster and consider if I had access to that, I guess. I like Zero Hall. You deck yourself before you run out of things to do. Yeah. And also Hall would be at its best against mono, against control, which is a Field of Ruin deck, so what are we doing here? How hard are you testing? Pretty hard. Don't want a shock now. Narset. Into fully untapped mana, I don't feel comfortable narsetting. Not just yet. Axe, I am not interested. Talent. I think I'll play a Lich now. Because the counters needs to be answered. It's 2 counters, so I guess still in Axe territory, but I think Narset is looking worse than a cheap card would have in nearly like all the spots so far. I guess all decks, so I think she'll be fired. Oh wow. That's your play? Sure, buddy. Narset is powerful at the moment, sure. But again, I just... Not in Phoenix, maybe. Maybe in general, but not in Phoenix. Should I dispute a cruise if they play it? Let's say not. This is the best deck ever. Yeah. It truly is. Annul. Can be punished for not playing a land first. Punished. Well, sort of. Do you think I should use my Narset or just stay at 5? I'll stay at 5. The old sideboard cards that let you play Is It Control Passport are bad with Artist Talent because instead of controlling the game, you just want cheap spells for velocity to kill them. Yeah. That's all of that is true. Now I'll use Narset. I'll grab an Artist's Talent. I'll play it. Do you have your second Annul? Kurwa ma second Annul, no. Chłopie. Co to kurwa jest? Annul. Demilich. Coming back from the graveyard. Annul is certainly much better against my deck, where I have no Ledger Shredder to punish the mismatch. How goes the testing for the last Pioneer RC ever? Why is it the last one? You guys think they will not run another one ever? That sounds wild. Also, Villain kept Axis in their deck, but I guess that's only because I think I might have Shredders and I don't know. Standard, standard, modern, standard, standard as the next 5 RCQ seasons? I thought they only announced 3. Is what you're saying true? Three out of 4? I think Shredders in the 75 for Lilum to make sideboarding more awkward for opponents is good. I can see that. I keep thinking about that indeed. Third Annul. Let's go. Petty theft my lich, bro. Stop it. That's a good one. I could keep my Narset around. I could play Borrower. But then they can activate Hall. Like, it seems good to just play, don't use Narset and play Lich. It's gonna be a big Lich too. It's 4 counters, 8-7, they already spent their Brazil. Next turn I can cast a Cruise with the Lich if I draw a blank. Hopefully something better though. Activate Hall? Sure, we're trading, bro. Do we? If I trade my Narset lives. If I don't trade, my Demilich lives. Which is an 8 power creature that casts a Treasure Cruise next turn. For 7 mana. It's 8 power, that's so much power. Oh my gosh, I clicked on Gap thinking it was you. He's watching you, lol. So that's why your last message was, wow, I skipped Gap to see you and you're watching him, I'm trapped. I didn't understand that. So certainly Narset looked kind of fine in the sense that it just... Look at how awkwardly my opponent had to play. Maybe she is okay. Sure, but you got her. Sleight of Hand. Picklock. Cruise. Lich not casting a spell, but... Since literally nobody plays Standard in paper. Well, that's like what they want you to do. The complaint always is that Standard is not played, and the reason why Standard is not played is because it's not played. So they need to build a culture where it's actually played. But of course nobody wants to play Standard, so it's pretty awkward because then like at first it's not played and then the RCQs are not played. Point has many problems to solve. They could just reanimate 5 Phoenixes and kill me. Competitive players are such a small percentage of players. I don't see that working at all. So a true fact is that people used to play Standard tournaments, which proves that once upon a time the conditions were such that it was manageable and it worked. Now, are those conditions fully gone forever for one reason or another? Maybe, but actually I don't know. Competitive players spend the most money. Not on cards. Maybe on life. Kanister wins the match. 2-1. PogChamp. Loading ready run. Check pile versus John midrange. North 100. Showdown. Canadian Highlander. Oh, they just play Commander. Counterpoint. Tournaments increased on MTGO. True. At the same time, it made it so that they started to feel less meaningful. A challenge used to tickle the need of competitiveness for many when it was happening once a week. Nowadays, you kinda don't care. I think now I play less challenges than I used to when they were only on weekends. TBH. So no modern challenge in 1 hour. Yeah, I'm skipping the Thursday ones because I'm going to a weekly dance lesson with Julia. So it hasn't been happening for the past 6 Thursdays. But today and in a week, those are the 2 last lessons of the course. There is gonna be no more Thursday lessons. At least if we don't take up more. And then I'll play the Fuzzy challenges, but haven't been playing them in a while because of that. I used to try to structure my free time and my life around MTGO tournaments, but then I decided to stop and reverted to playing leagues occasionally when the tournaments don't line up with my needs. What kind of dance? Just normal dance, which probably is not very helpful, but I am failing to recall like the English word. If I go to Wikipedia and just type Taniec Towarzyski and then I go to English, it says it's ballroom dance. Never heard that term, but that sounds fair. Harbinger of the Seas. Oh yeah, also Harbinger of the Seas made me less likely to play in a modern challenge, just overall in general. Like, no cap, it did. Picklock. Oh, you're laughing, but I played a modern Prelim this week, or I think this week, and I had a nice match that I won, and a nice match that I lost, and a match where I got forced into Harbinger and to consign on my amulet into 2 Harbingers. And it just sucked. Graveyard Trespasser is unfair. Okay, we got the talent finally. The play patterns are supremely unfun. And you could really have nice challenging matches against the blue-black frog deck, but just 40% of them devolve to them ever drawing the stupid card, and it's not about it anymore, it's about nothing, it's about just dying to a card that you can't possibly answer in the amulet deck. Yes, I'm so glad they played the Ritual Chamber. This feels like kind of a bad move to do. But maybe their hand doesn't have much else. The way they dealt with Modern after MH3 has killed my Modern hype. Do you mean the 10,000 years? Take 10,000 years to ban Nadu ban? Understandable. As a cringe Blue Moon gamer, MH3 has reignited my love for Modern. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards in my graveyard, so we cast another cruise. Thank you, Ward. This was a nice turn. I think we are advantaged to win the game now. It's turn 5. We pretty much know what will get banned. Do we? I have no idea. I hope it's going to be Harbinger of the Seas. The format of Nadu was less bad than the fact that the atmosphere of just waiting for imminent was, I'd say. That was kind of a mood killer. What's the answer to beat Nadu? I don't know, bro. Just beat it. Ah, I can't cast Cruise now. Bloodletter, activate Mutavault, attack me. That doesn't kill me. Also, their annex is locked, so they don't even drain. Invoke Despair. I think Talent did its job already. People were toxic to me when I played Nado, even though I never won. Bit of a skill issue maybe, but funny. And true. Punish for not playing a Demilich pre-combat. Surely this version will benefit of Yorion as well. Maybe in Yorion you could play 4 Demilich with no issues. Like, you probably should. I think it made sense to try to put the counters on Picklock because they need a removal to live anyways. I was keeping up removal for Mutavault. What if you just played more than 60 without the Orion? It's possible, but it's a dangerous. Like, try convincing Hendrik to do that. Or anyone for what it's worth. Everybody's gonna hit you with, oh no, bro, you should just play artist talent. Like, sometimes I board out Sleight of Hands. I probably should just present 62 cards with 4 Sleight of Hands because a deck like that is more consistent than less. So let's do it right now. Let's have 1 Spell Pierce, 1 Annul, 2 Idiotics, 2 Abrades. Oracle is legal. Sometimes people play it. Alright, 63 cards, let's go. What if you mill Oracle with Prankster? Once you have talent in play, you can just discard your Pranksters rather than cast them. It's not the cleanest solution, and sometimes you will just still end up casting it, and sometimes you will still end up milling your Oracle. Or you can play around it to an extent. Play wish.com instead. You can do that, yeah. It costs an extra slot, and it's still you'll end up in spots where you just have wish in your hand and you kind of have to discard it to talent. Although you never literally have to, like with Oracle, so it is better for those purposes. Do I ever wish for a cantrip? No. Could wish for a second Proft in the sideboard. I think I wish there was no second Proft in my sideboard because that card, I don't know. Need to make up my mind about it still. He chose an axe. Is that signal Joldrad? I think I would rather cast cantrips. Don't want to play Iconoclast into 2 open mana. It is a Lotus where you have to go fast. Why opt over Consider on turn 1? Against decks with Graveyard Hate, it's better to play Consider on a later turn. I think, but it's not a hard and fast rule, it's not sure. But like if my opponent has Graveyard Trespasser in their deck, I kind of want to save my Consider Mill for later, I think. But I'm not convinced on that, and that's just kind of a hunch and how I've been playing, but it certainly always feels close and the decision isn't clear. Or if they have Go Blank, same thing. Can I take 3 damage? Let's say I can. Push. The Iconoclast for the most part just keeps dying and not really achieving anything. I would really like to make a land drop. But I think I won't. Because I need to discard the Phoenix with my cantrips, I don't want to discard it into the Trespasser. More than 60 is such a bold and noble move. O kurwa, Leyline of the Void, ziomuś. Co to kurwa jest? Because I have Brazil in my hand, but... Come on. Guess I'm not returning the Phoenix. No, I will not play ball, I will not color within the lines, and I will not be bullied with only submitting 60 post-board. Agreed. You know, the issue is that if you add cards, you add spells from your sideboard and not lands. So then you can have a land in your sideboard to play a 64 card deck. It's maybe fine. Post-combat Bloodletter, you should play it pre-combat, bro. Not really, I guess. Let's ignore Leyline. In paper tournaments, can you ask to count your opponent's sideboard? Their sideboard size is a known thing, yes. I think the best thing to do is to find another Brazil. Wow, now? Bro, what is this? It somewhat makes sense, but not all that much. Wow, what a fun fact about Japan is another. Hmm. Think I need to find axe or something. Does song request accept SoundCloud links? Maybe. Well, I think it's supposed to, but I don't know if it actually does. How much have I drawn? One, two, three, 4, 5. Three instant and sorceries cast. So I cast opt, slide, opt. So I discarded with each, right? Discarded, discarded, discarded. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Either way, we are there if they have removal. I mean, of course. But why would they have removal? Just counting if I need to ditch this consider or not. Seems like I don't. Perfect 9. No! Yes! I was thinking about that. Go for the hacking fraud. Big win for Iconoclast over Young Pyromancer. Huge victory. What a plot twist. We 3-1 the Prelim.